Uh, all right. That was pretty intense. Hello, greetings. Welcome to Psi Divine. Uh, Many apologies for that. The words that come are coitus interruptus. Um, yeah. Somebody must have a pretty messed up message. Ooh. Are you guys getting buffering? Really? Wow. Whose message is this? Okay, occasionally I feel like there's a message that needs to be had. I pop up. Hi guys. Oh wait. Now it's buffering. You see it. Stop playing with me. Is it buffering or not? Because it's buffering to me. Okay, it was just a little. It's good on your end. What the fuck? Literally, it's buffering for me. That's gonna drive me nuts. So you guys are gonna have to hop in quickly when it's frozen. And let me know, please. Okay. I'm shocked. Okay, now I see it. I am just done. Really? Really, I am just done. Okay. Mary, stop asking your question. Maybe you're. This might be your message, okay? Let me warm up. Stop asking your question because you're doing too much. It could be your immediate energy throwing off the whole internet. Calm down. So I haven't done a reading in a little while. Um, Things have been busy, but I do feel like something needs to be said today. Y'all, listen. That that this I put this issue right up with the reading I did where the camera just fell completely off the tripod. Um, I don't know how it could be a bad connection. It's not wireless. It's a whole cord to the router into the wall. So it's the strongest connection. So it doesn't make sense. That was crazy to me just then. Let's move on. Let's try to move on, which is why I'd like to warm up, because there's always some shit. Mary, your energy is too strong. While you got all that energy, please write down some great ideas. There's a book or a movie or some winning lottery number. Something is in you right now. Okay? All right. Let's see what's going on. That somebody needs to know, or everybody, I don't fucking know. Y'all, okay. Side message again. The camera, when I turned it off and all that in between stuff, it made me verify who I was. Like I had to get a phone call. Never mind. All right. Hey, Six, can you give us a little bit of a warm up, some data on what the flippity flappy flap flap is going on that we, or the crew here, what do we need to know? The crowd? Okay, go on.
Screaming will not help anyone.
Okay, so the crowd wasn't laughing. What else?
Hello, I'm Mr. Walker. I'm your examiner for today. Put on your seatbelt, check your mirrors. Let's begin.
The driver's test. What else?
These nuts. Got it! Got it!
I don't think it was really about these nuts, but somebody being nuts and being captured. Maybe this is a group event. What else?
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Something that normally happens a lot. One more.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Aggression. There's that song again. Oh shit. Occasionally I hear a song that lets me know there's going to be a mass casualty event. The song is from the Isley Brothers. Shout out to the Isley Brothers, by the way. The song is called Harvest for the World. What event is coming that we need to know of? Bad. Someone goes somewhere. Oh. The words that come through are sleeper cell. First card, sponsored event with a plan. This can be someone of Latin descent. Sponsored by a national party. the mess maker. I hear Mentos commercial right now. Mentos, the fresh maker. I'm not sure how that applies, but there's talk, the intersection. The intersection choice. The path is planned. It's all in the hand. This may be someone who is crazed or chemically enhanced to be crazy. Aggression. The graze. Graze. I don't know how that applies. The graze. Oh, the graze. My bad. My bad. See, I thought it was graze like moo cow. Maybe that's not the same. I'm out of here. Good night, y'all. Let's shuffle again because that was a little bit nuts. Public events that will be seen in, I hear countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2. So it could be 5 or 6 days starting now. And someone's missing. Feels like feminine energy. They will be found and identified. Some will be afraid. There's a group. There's a group that will be very afraid because the yarn unravels. This person will be found in the open, floating. How did you miss her? That's what I heard. The revelation is naturally upsetting. Timeline. Time's up because it answers questions. The drug, the speed rage. The speed rage. They feel the loss. I get water or liquid more than once, so this can be a woodsy area. But there's layers. Water. Above the yard. There's a group. I'm sorry this is taking so long. There's a group that has some connection to someone being harmed. Um, Life. And while that person is, oh wow, what was coming out of my mouth was in parts. While that person may be found and identified, what may be missed is someone's developing habit. They have a very fixed focus right now. Wondering if they put her away correctly, or if the isolation was correct. Get isolation more than once. What I can say is whoever this person is, I hear hot on the tail, hot on the trail, but the trail can be misdirected. Missed. It's rocky. They need to be looking at the loner, the hunter. The loner. He's here more than once. The one who has the fixed focus on finding her, finding Nemo. There is someone who hurt a feminine energy, mortally wounded. He is digesting. He's watching the search. He's helping to control that way or that way. Whoever that person is, he's just got bad attachments, and they are addicted to harming. They have a very fixed focus and a short temper. That feminine energy was forced. Hidden until they stop talking. There will be suggestions of suicide, but still they'll keep skipping over the one who's got the mental issue. They'll keep skipping over him. Hopefully someone is paying attention at some point, but he's sadistic and coordinated. Oh. So, I guess that we'll be hearing about that. Please, ladies, stay safe. Sorry, I don't know if I want to share all of the messages. I'm sensing it keeps coming back. Kill, block timelines, multiple directions. And this is like the mental north, south, east, west crazy. But coordinated. Whoever the masculine is, they know how to stick to a story. It's weird because I also get the energy of somebody almost enjoying watching all that happens. Someone who enjoys watching it. But maybe reaping some, they may be getting to the point where they get uncomfortable or slippery in the talk, but it's going to start, if it hasn't already, it starts costing them, people wanting to separate and detach. So this could be background conversations about people who know it really happened but don't want to talk. But don't want to talk because they know that someone needed help. They know they did not help to stop what was happening. Some may have participated in moving that person. There is someone who drove, drop off. So this could be Uber or someone driving but not staying. Drop off. They should be looked at. That card don't even belong. Wow. They should be looked at. Someone definitely hasn't been given the attention they may be asking. Maybe asking the right people, but not all the right people. Okay, let's move out of that because that's dark. That's dark. Ladies, I want you to be careful because what the fuck? But this feels like something that we're going to be hearing about. Whoever the feminine energy was, she had a very cold-hearted friend who would not be maybe motivated at the time or bothered at the time to watch their friend be injured. And they might not be bothered by cleaning up the mess. This could be a friend who might have wanted the attention or they may have wanted what that feminine had or the attention from a masculine or a lover. So they would not mind the kill. Dead in the water. Buried and wet. Okay. Mary, I am really hoping that this already happened. I'm hoping that's what we'll just hear about in the news, and then and then it ain't got nothing to do with nobody here. Um, that's pretty dark. Okay, sorry guys. All right, let's you know what? I hope it's not aliens. Oh, now aliens could be interpreted different too. I'm gonna stop right there. Could be eep op orp ah ah. Could also be other what certain people would call aliens. Because your friend's supposed to be going with you and you've been overthinking. Oh, Mary, were you going? You're supposed to visit Jamaica. Was that message for Mary? Just letting you know that's not a yes or a no. It's a test. The word sacrifice stands out. Is this message for Mary? No. No. Not your message. Let's all go get some ice cream now. Oh, good. Have fun. Now there is, what was in here? Lesson awareness. Ooh. So Mary, if you are going, there is gonna be something's gonna happen. You go with your friend, but maybe something gets in the middle that makes you guys not hang out as much. Like you are in opposition. You will have time to love yourself, spend time with yourself, or your friend does. I hope some ding dong or somebody paying attention to somebody. I hope, listen, even if you don't get to hang out with your friend all the time or something gets in the middle of the trip, there's a test. Hopefully you guys or one of you is paying attention to. You didn't know. Didn't know you should have said no. So make sure your money's good, okay? Make sure your money's good before you go. Will you be covering your friend's expenses? So just make sure your money is good, okay? Make sure y'all got some, spending money and just, your friend says she's going to bring 10 grand. Oh, okay. So that's cool. So make sure you have some hard cash, but I don't feel like cash, like maybe credit card, or maybe it's not a good idea to walk around with cash. I don't know where you're going. Because something isn't safe about somebody's words or the location or where maybe you go shopping someplace And there's some odd communication right there. Well, have fun. Have fun. You were warned not to go because your husband's family might put something on you. Listen, do you believe in that? Just make sure your hair's not laying around anywhere. Put your hair in some really nice braids, all full, right? So just the fake hair falls out, right? And listen, I say if you don't believe in it, don't let that drive your decision of whether or not to go have fun. Ew, so does somebody not want you in the family or something? So there's an elder energy. It's high family ego. Could be somebody saying nobody's good enough, or hot conversations. Ooh. Listen, don't give that any thought. That's all I'm gonna say. You overthinking it till the point where you won't move. Okay? Like, you've overthought this way too much. So don't do that. Hello, Ellen. You want to know how your husband feels about you? See, now that's bad communication too, now, isn't it? If you have to ask, so what's that all about? How does your husband feel about you? So you have an idea of how he feels about you. You're at odds. Okay. Okay. If anyone else has a yes or a no question, let me know so I'm not sitting here just going through Mary's data. You had to wait, girlfriend. You had a disagreement and he's not talking to you now, really? See, I'm probably not the reader to read this kind of stuff. Because I would say help him find his tampon. Because he's probably having a little bit of toxic shock. But let's see what the cards say, because I'm cruel. I'm a mean one. Somebody needs to have a little bit of forgiveness. Sagittarius energy, but in reverse. You might feel like somebody is, or you, rather, sorry. Or you might feel like somebody's jumping at conclusions, or he is. Got a lot of thinking going on here. A lot of overthinking, thinking. Somebody might have been irresponsible with something. But I see a lot of jumping to conclusions about lying. Somebody not checking their facts, perhaps, before they speak. claims he wants a divorce, but you know he don't. He's just trying to be extra. What? Hey, Six, you got any messages for Mary?
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
So Six doesn't really want to talk about it. But hey, Six, it would, can you give Mary another message?
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Oh, girl. Ooh. So, what's the best energy for you at this time? Are you nagging? Are you accusing? There needs to be some confidence here. So the switch that flips one way can be flipped the other way. So if you guys aren't speaking, this is a time of unexpected tests. This is around ego. So somebody does have to, maybe one has to show the other how to be an adult. But somebody has to be like an adult. And sometimes that means not being so clingy. What is the message? You're nagging, but he's not taking accountability. I understand. Okay, so my best suggestion here that I see is take a break. If your person's playing that kind of game, play it back. Step back. Is there something you can do for that gives you more space? Because I don't see how it's a joke to talk about divorce. And sometimes when you're young, you haven't experienced all of life yet. And there's a lot out there in this world. It really is. There's a lot to experience and do. And at 23 and 19, you're still learning what all your extra parts do. You're still learning that part, let alone sticking to each other like glue. And it's better for you to know what else is out there in the world now than when there are 3, 4, or 5 children and it'd be impossible for both of you to explore the world. I don't know if there are kids though. So, and if other people, okay, so you're not even around each other. Wait a minute. So you're not around each other. You already have the blessing of space. So you already have the blessing of outer space, right? And he's moving back this year. Great. By the time he moves back, he can stalk your Instagram page where you're living your best life and you've moved on. Um, I mean, especially like, how do you have distance and you're going through a divorce or something like he's talking divorce and you guys are already having all of this dialogue about separation and you're already experiencing fakeness. So maybe you don't want to be anybody's rebound. Okay? Yeah. Your person is still beginning life. And Capricorn energy pops out here. So they still are shining their horns, right? Right. Okay. So your person only says weird things when they want to control you. So you have enough logic to understand that your person's playing mind games with you. Now, the real question is, what's so fabulous about that person that they deserve your heart and your devotion? What did they do that's so great? How good do they look? How great will they look in 20 years, 40 years, when they've got gray hairs and all the, weird, silent places, right? What do they do that's so fantastic that they deserve you? I'm going to need you to write a list about the greatness of that person and why it's a blessing. Not good, I said a blessing. Why is it a blessing to have someone like that in your life? You caused him the pain and he was nothing but good to you. So you owe him your soul? Is that what you're saying? You owe him your soul? Okay, marriage, 50%. What's the average? 50% end up in divorce because people haven't really got to the place where they have settled with who they are. And until then, we are all each other's learning experience. So, wait. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. So, did you write soul is a bit much? Well, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? You're asking how how do they feel about you? You're asking how your person feels about you. And you're not 100% sure. So you guys have some communication issues. And you also said that they do stuff like that, or that maybe you're lying and you play communication games too. Maybe you flip out because you want something. All I know is when somebody's talking about divorce, when you can type that out and y'all ain't talking about therapy, maybe it's possible, just a little, you might be each other's lessons, not each other's lifetime. So be open to that. I'm not saying for sure that's what it is. I'm not saying run or any of that stuff. Just consider you, maybe your person or you might have fatalistic tendencies. You might be a Debbie Downer or a Dick Downer. One or the other. I'm not sure. But maybe somebody just still polishing off them devil horns. And not everybody likes the thought of forever. Somebody else might like all or nothing. But sometimes when you're in this all or nothing energy, all is the same thing as nothing. And you'll rub those two together until they stick like glue. And then you'll accept all of nothing. You'll make excuses for it, and you'll deny yourself. That's crazy. Okay. Wait, Alan, what? Marriage is a business to you because once you sleep with someone, you are married spiritual. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Do you, never mind. Okay, so back to you, Mary. Because Alan, seek therapy. Aquarius energy comes out. I think what you want is a friend, Mary. That's a healthy component in a relationship. And in any relationship, marriage or not, whether you walk down the aisle and made an oath to your God, whoever you choose, whatever you did, I just don't believe, and I don't think you should either. I don't believe that your God put you here on earth to be permanently unhappy or permanently stuck. And that's the same goes for your partner too. But I think what's important in any relationship is to be friends. Because if you're not you can't be friends and be fair and balanced and logical with each other. You should be so close as friends, especially with marriage, that you shouldn't have to ask an outsider how your person's feeling. If you don't have that energy, you might be each other's rebound, contractually speaking. Now, I don't agree with Alan over there about marriage being a business because don't you lose all love? You're just looking for value. You're just looking for what is of value to you. And why wouldn't that negate what your partner wants? What if your partner doesn't see it as a business? Like, what? It's far out, dude. Okay, Mary. Well, I think 19 and 23, you have to admit, if you live to be 100, let's just say you live to be 100 years old. There's no way you could really say right now at 19, you've experienced all that there is to experience. So you're both learning, but I don't think the word divorce in a marriage should be played with. You sign a contract with the state. Not everybody. Not everybody. Some people can be married in heart. You can give each other a ring and say you're going to be together. Now, if you choose to walk down the aisle and sign paperwork, I don't, the signature has nothing to do with how you two are with each other. It's proof that you did it. It's proof that you can file your paperwork together and apply for things together and go to the DMV and change names and swap blood, whatever you do. But is your relationship a business? I just think that's harsh. Nobody has to agree with me on that. God, that sounds like dry, cold French fries. Where's the love? I mean, in my idea, I think your friendship with each other should be greater than paperwork or anything else. Don't be so stuck on your age. You wrote it. And I have to be stuck on your age. If we're talking 19 and 23, that's how long you've been on Earth. And the Earth is a little bit old. There's a lot of stuff to see and do and experience. There's a lot of people to meet. And, I'm just saying be open to loving yourself as much as you love your person and more, right? You're not missing out on nothing. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Eleven, 11. Is that what time it is for you, Rodney? I see that. Well, hey, what is there to miss? Oh, nothing. You're absolutely right. You got your blackout curtains, right? So you don't look outside. There's nothing to miss. Oh, boy. Well, may you be one of the lucky ones who ends up with your right person right away. I wish you the best. And I ain't saying nothing else. Yeah, okay, Mary, I got you. Who you trying to? I'm not married to you, so it doesn't. Hey, listen, if it feels good and it feels right, no one's opinion matters, right? It's you and your person in this world together. So if that's where your heart is at, let no man or woman put us under or put you under, right? And that's it. Oh, honey, everybody, what are you talking about? We have to, we, we absolutely must consider age. I'm sorry. Let's say you live to be 100, like I said before. Let's say you live to be 100, Mary. Do you think the public should endure whatever you're like at 100 years old with a driver's license and a Corvette? You got a high speed car and you're 100. You can barely look over the steering wheel. I do think in many places in life we do have to consider age. And experience does have something to do with time and age. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with you because of your age. Youth is a blessing. And I don't think youth should be blocked by all things or sadness when there's great life to be living. So I think there are variables to each of us, right? There could be perfectly balanced and well 100-year-old people, but on average, we're limited on what the physical form can do, right? The spacesuit doesn't last forever. So I think enjoy your youth because one day you roll over and you're like 50 and everything's not aerodynamic anymore, right? And you've got gray hairs growing in special places you had never imagined. What are you limiting yourself from? Well, I would think that I just said that. I kind of just answered that. So I think there's a lot to experience. And those of us who have gotten older, but we remember our 20s and 30s, right? A lot of us will probably say something along the lines of, I would have did a lot more instead of conforming and trying to blend in with what everybody else wanted me to be or what they thought or this structure, and I would have did a little bit more. I'm just saying. So, however, when we were young, somebody probably said that to us, and we was probably like, no, I'm going to walk this path and I'm not trying anything else. You'd rather be in a real committed relationship and go through it than to be that with a boy. Let's emphasis on the word boy. People are learning. No one ever told you to get married or taught you that. So you just really wanted to have someone there. And sometimes that can be about security issues, or maybe you saw a healthy relationship growing up and you just wanted to have that for yourself. So, darling, if you found it, what's all the anxiety about? What's all the anxiety about? Thank you, Yugoslav. The connection's been stable this whole time. It's not about anxiety. Are you serious right now? You've been talking in this chat more than everybody else. You should, normally I'd be like, hey, you should tip me for all. You've pretty much occupied the whole chat trying to justify your relationship. So, you love to communicate? Oh, well, that's beautiful. So, you and your partner will have hopefully great and healthy conversation for decades. And that's a blessing. How are you justifying it when you're getting a reading about it? So you're speaking. Well, listen, here's okay. Just so you know, I don't know if you get a lot of readings, but if I was charging you for this, I really wouldn't have to say much because you're really just filling in the blanks. I could just flip cards and copy the stuff you wrote over the last 20 minutes and charge you $150 for it. I could read about your energy out of what you wrote. I could tell you about your person, and then you'd be upset with me and we'd go back and forth and you spend more money on another reading. I'm just trying to say there's more in life, right? So I get that you want to communicate, but why not talk about you? Do you have any great hobbies, or what are you doing with your life? Besides waiting for this spectacular man of yours. And you shouldn't be trying to justify it this much. If you and your person have great communication, baby, love your man, talk to him. You should be communicating with him, especially if he's about to move with you. You guys have plans. Hello, Sag Bell. Ah, thank you. Thank you for the tip, Yugoslav. Hello, Tamari. Mary, stop. All right. Let's do a collective reading. See what's ahead for the collective, specifically and directly. Who's coming your way, collective? 3 days. 6. Over the next 3 days, what does the collective need to be aware of, watch out for? Okay, message.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
Anything else?
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Anything else?
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Anything else, 6?
I am no man, but that thing, it scares me.
Okay. Collective, you have a test. Be aware of maintenance. You may have maintenance, or it feels like someone trying to open someone's door at someone's door. They may try to open the door. This could be a masculine energy. Ooh. So be aware of any repairs around the home that involve someone else coming to the home. This one feels separate. This feels feminine. Be aware of a group of lioness bitches. Be aware of a group of lioness bitches. Be aware in the next 3 days you're going to hear a close friend say something that's going to have you really in your head. This can be somebody asking you to lie on their behalf. And there's the test. In 3 days, collective, your friend or somebody who you are cool with is going to ask you to lie for them. This is about money. It could be about money, work, action. Somebody may want you to behave like the responsible party, responsible person. Okay. Be aware of somebody wanting you to back them up on some bullshit. Power and prejudice. Okay. Be aware of somebody asking you to do something and you stalling on it. You may pull back your energy a little bit or not. You may not want to do it, but oh wow, that's an old song I hear Denise. I think that's Denise Williams. Or Stacy Lattisaw. Too much, too little, too late. So you may be put on the spot to tell a fib for someone. So make sure you are vague in your speech. Somebody wants you to help hold a secret and mislead someone. That's in reverse. Ooh, boy. That's your test. If you are going to fib for a friend or back them up on some bullshit, be very vague. And what you do, it feels like the details cause an issue. Like the details is what gives it away. Making the lie too big or details too much. Ooh, wow. I wouldn't do it, but if you feel like you gotta, then do what you gotta, I guess. But bad energy on that. Some of you are going to be wrapped up in yourself over the next 3 days. You might be dealing with money issues. You might be just trying to get stuff together. Some of you are getting ready for an important event coming in September. Some of you are separating from other people because you're just saying with the bullshit. Tell me about the envy. Masculine feels like it's for a masculine or for feminine with gigantic lady balls. Whoever you are. Be aware if you got a jealous person way too close to you. Resentful. Resentful. But you know that. You know they're a resentful type. Be aware of I hope you're taking space from this. Somebody who's in lesson mode right now. You have somebody too close to you who doesn't like you. They don't like your life. They don't like you, but they do want to be close by in the hopes that they can see bad stuff for you. If you have some people or a friend that's close to you right now and they got temper issues, they're selfish or they're impulsive, you do need to have space over 3 days, 3 to 4 days. This person, if you don't know who I'm talking about, they will show you that energy. Believe it the first time you see it, step back. You may have somebody, I feel like they're going to show you they're not patient or their lack of patience. Somebody wants to be impulsive. But you do need to step back because that person is on a hamster wheel going through cycles. They ain't getting off the hamster wheel no time soon, so no sense in standing there. Between now and the next 4 days, you're going to be dealing with somebody who has a neediness malfunction. That's what the card says. Somebody very much in their head. Thinking, stressing, putting so much value on thoughts that action is foregone conclusion or thought. Let's get out of that and see what money is looking like. Like, let's just say 10 days. Hmm. Be mindful of your money over the next 10 days. Okay? Just be mindful of your money. That's the best thing I can say. You may be tempted to burn through your money. This could be sudden purchases, things that may put you further behind bills, the goals. Somebody needs to or has been thinking about fixing up the home or putting little bits of things around the house or doing something different. Don't splurge on that at this time. Don't go crazy trying to do that. Ooh. If you are thinking about upgrading, changing things around the home, getting something new, wait on that. Or at least wait until you've paid bills first or made sure that the necessities are dealt with first. Because it feels like spending what you don't have. So this can be credit card frenzy. We all do that every now and again, don't we? It happens. It feels like the energy of impulse shopping. With the thought that I'll get it later. Not saying that you won't, but the word I get now is frugal. Look it up. So be aware it does feel like overspending energy. Unexpected, didn't think, want it, but don't think it'll cost that much, gotta have it. Think about spending. Make sure you're not trying to do things like keeping up with the Joneses type of energy or any of that stuff, but it does feel like overspending. So be careful. It does feel like draining, bleeding money. So if you are looking at spending or extra purchases, make sure everything that's important is dealt with long before you throw money out the window. Now let's see. What lovely advice. And then I think we'll do something about the world. Some of you need to remove elements around you so that you can experience healing. Those of you who are feeling like you want to do readings or any of that stuff, you should be doing it. Because in the absence of realizing your gift, you may have surrounded yourself with people that stop you from realizing your other gifts. Be aware of attracting your mirror opposite. The universe may want or be giving you space where you kind of need to get to know yourself. Some of you are on a path to karma, or you've been on one. And this is testing your angelic endurance. Be aware of others dealing with you because they want to know how long you will play along. When you realize that it is time to protect the self, the heart, protect your ideas and your energy. And whoever I just said that to, everything you feel seems to kind of happen. Whoever is missing their intuitive gifts, like you're aware of it, but you still have bad focus. Sleep more. This doesn't feel like sleepwalker data. It does feel like someone who doesn't get enough sleep. So, collective, you need to get your rest. I feel like it's affecting your focus. It affects how quick you are to snap, crackle, and pop. Some of you are going through a rough time because believe it or not, when it's all done, it enhances your ability, your intuitive abilities. You're being gifted a vision of something that you did in the past. This could even be a past life. Be aware of your hamster wheel. Some of you are running a path of karma around yourself, and this can be in what you speak or do. Just be aware of that. I'm just pulling cards, okay? Okay. I'm just pulling cards. Some of you are going through some real difficult times right now because the universe is trying to make you define yourself, not show you, make you define yourself. Who are you? In the definition will come a lot of answers about what belongs in your space and what does not, or who belongs in your space and who does not. Defining yourself will be the start of that point where you stop vibrating what you don't want into your environment. I get the energy of someone who's carried the sour nature of a mother or another feminine energy that a child had to grow up around is sour. I hear someone speaking very sharp. Not necessarily cruel, but just sharp, like no softness or femininity in the tone of voice. Some of you are being shown this energy around you, that sharp, loveless conversation, dialogue, energy. You're being shown that so that you can unblock for yourself. You can't take everyone with you, but you can unblock or not drown in the karma that you grew up with. This is the universe asks or attempting to get you to really pay attention. For somebody, whoever that's for, it's in the way you talk. It's in what you seek in others or how you look at others, your skewed vision, your flat line. It's alive or it's dead type of energy, just hypercritical. Everything needs 10 to 20 hours of debating and over talking. And then if you choose to talk with whoever this is, if you choose to talk with that energy, it's a fight. It turns into a fight. Separate data. Some of you are being put in a situation where you absolutely have to draw a line in the sand, hold your fists up. Regarding your worth, this could be at work. This can be in personal connections. This can be at work. This could be needing to be paid more or realizing that. You may be starting to realize you deserve more. And you may be feeling that way. You may see somebody get or hear about somebody getting something that you may feel like should have not gone to them. Someone being lifted or elevated or appreciated in ways that make you realize your value. So don't ignore that data. I think the universe is going to want you to see how valuable you are and what you should and should not be giving your energy to or going overboard for. Whatever it is, it's going to make you make a choice without emotion. Yep. Somebody becomes aware that they are choosing a cycle. Ooh. Okay, so what I said, skip all that. Somebody becomes aware of the hamster wheel. Hopefully it's because you're hopping off of it. You ain't running in a circle all day long. And I do feel like it's going to come with a snap like, nah, you know what? Oh, you going to do that over there? Okay, you know what? I'm good. Thank you for helping. Well, that's lovely. I hear Fleetwood Mac. The song is called The Chain. It's a really nice song. You should listen. Somebody assumes you ain't going no fucking where. Sorry for the cursing. Somebody assumes you ain't going nowhere. They assume you don't know your work. This really does feel like around work. Don't walk off the job or go crazy. But it does feel like an awakening moment. Not one to react to either. It should be a silent like, mm-hmm. Okay. All right. When the truth is made known to you, the living begins. Truly. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna put 5 days on this. I'll put 5 days on this. one of y'all has a full system reset where the light and the dark switch places. I'm not saying you're gonna go crazy and nuts, but there's going to be a polar shift, okay, where the magnetics flip, right? And while there might have been some magnetics of you being way too nice to motherfuckers, you being too giving to something, to a situation, or a job that isn't, I don't know, man, like acting like you a robot or something. Like as soon as you become aware, really, really, really aware, so aware you're over there. Like the polar shift is quick and your healing process begins. It's like you make a choice for yourself, and that's beautiful. But it's a quick, like, flip of a switch. It's a quick flip of the switch. It's one of them, like, mm-hmm. And you make a choice. I don't think you choose in hell. And I think the test, collective, I believe the test is you making the choice to not raise hell or rain hell. Okay. I don't really want to go into all of what I'm seeing. Whatever this flip of the switch is where you could rain hell, it feels like catastrophic hell for others if you wanted to. Like, I see you ain't gonna give me this raise at this job, or you ain't gonna treat me right, but I know all this over here. And if I made a phone call to so and so over there at this place over here, I could fuck y'all shit up. I could fuck this whole shit. But the test, this is your data. This is your data, okay? Shut the fuck up. This is your test of saying nothing. This is your test of like the water like flooding down towards the wall of the dam, right? And it could just fly over into the town nearby. You have to be the dam, like, right? Here comes the water, and you just like on some shit like this. You're gonna have to not snap, crackle, and pop to the nth degree, like to the point where it's like, I'm not even gonna let you know I'm bothered by this shit. May the force be with you. That's from me, though. I'm saying that. May the force be with you, but leave it outside or in your purse. So that was the first title, you versus them, before all of the glitchy stuff started happening. Nonetheless, when it's all said and done, you will be desiring division, for sure. The connection, the job, the situation will be like battery acid. Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody do that. No, don't do anything with battery acid. But it'll be corroded. You know, like when you take an old battery that's been inside something for way too long and it corrodes over. So just know that the clock's run out on your kindness and your participation in the bullshit. You go on, you go forward, and make yourself a priority. But it does feel like a test at mastering the self on some ultra karate kid shit. So make sure you're not karate chopping nobody in the face over the next few days, okay? It also feels like not going off in a workplace because you don't want that said. Um, you you don't you're not supposed to interrupt the hamster wheel. Like like there's a group of people running on the hamster wheel. You hopped off. Don't try anything funny, okay? Don't touch the wheel. Don't try to look for the on and off switch. You just need to go mind your own business or do what's healthiest for you, but never let them see you sweat, is what I hear. Just grab onto the next branch, but don't let go so you completely drop off. But you get your vision, you get your awareness, and you just do what's next and trust that you were being shown that so that you could move because the universe is like, okay, let's go. Hey, we need you to get on to the next thing. You can't just stand here forever. So let us show you some shit so we can just nudge you by the butt just a little bit, right? Just get a little pat on the booty. And there's doors over there. Go on. You've seen all you need to see here. Let's go. What are you missing that spirit wants you to go through the door? Collective? Well, that's so much. Your strength is here. I don't think all these apply, but well, let's just see anyway. You got your strength. You have defending yourself in a different way. Defending yourself by not continuing to expose yourself to situations that are just combative or hostile. Or maybe you do more work than other lazy bums. I don't even know if you can see the card. Not being a part of the bum crew. Some of you are, it's just the knowing of how to not accept anything. It's a lesson how to not be, wow, the word that comes through is beguiled. So you might have been very open and lured into the situation before, but the universe wants change. So do you. So you'll be given something to think about, and it does involve that money and how you can get more, how you deserve more, should be earning more. You damn Skippy. You right. Yeah. Yeah. And the activist, knowing your worth is everything. Because there are a lot of people in this world who get a lot of value from you not knowing your worth. It's highly profitable for you to not know your worth. Seriously. Uh-oh. No. Sorry for my squeaky chair. The rock star hits the floor. Uh-oh. Clarify. Yeah. Pole shift. You will be dealing with a pole shift. So make it the least turbulent shift as you can. Make it, because whoever this is, you stepping back or controlling yourself, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough now. It's gonna be real tough, but you're a star for doing it. And it strengthens your spine, believe it or not. Plus, When it's all said and done, you're on the road to something better. A happier situation where you're working around happier people, better environment. The universe does want you to consider change. I'll leave it there. Instead of dreaming about it, which is kind of the consideration, right? You kind of been feeling it. And she's painting, right? So the art of life, the experience of life, the colors, the final image, that's up to you. That's up to you. So you can make that painting as difficult or distorted, or you can add all of the complexities you'd like to it. But I do think the universe wants you to stop starving yourself, starving out opportunities or whatever else is waiting for you to experience. Oh my goodness, the universe wants you to not experience any more self-inflicted disappointment. Out of that. Okay. Hold on. I just heard warning. Six, what's the warning? Bomb has been planted. Okay. What else is the warning for the collective?
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
One more.
Execute Order 66.
Okay. What's the warning? I think this is no, maybe it isn't. Coming soon to ears near you, collective. Be aware of, I don't hope it's not y'all. Somebody's gonna have to get rid of somebody. Crazy. Be aware of somebody having a meltdown, breakdown, being extra. It feels like somebody who plants conversations or tries to pick a fight so that they can have a meltdown and get your attention. This is a weird one. Next message. Somebody's going to find out about their partner's dirty deeds. And there may be someone saying it's over. They're not doing that anymore. It's a lie. They are not over it. Somebody may want to see how you react. Misdirection. Chaos. Beware of being with somebody who thrives off of chaos. Somebody the universe might have wanted you to know as a simple connection, So be aware of people who just try not to stand too close to people who just enjoy chaos. The universe is giving you that message. Putting 6 months on this. Be aware of relationships that will have to come to an end because they were lessons. They were lessons for you to learn what you do and don't want. They were lessons. Just make sure they don't make you go crazy. Somebody may be calling you crazy. Guys, goddesses, if somebody, collective, if somebody calls you crazy, don't you do that because that's not graceful, okay? You don't give the middle finger. I just did it. It's for them, universal middle finger, okay? I already did it. You don't have to do it, okay? Don't expect everybody to know who you are. Don't expect people to read your mind. That does feel like, I know that's something I shouldn't be saying, but this is about partners, friendships. Don't expect people to read your mind and know what you want. Those are seeds of resentment. Somebody might be dealing with someone who's not saying what you want them to say. Again, beware of people playing games with your emotions to see. They want to see how thirsty you are. It's abusive behavior. Be aware of somebody manifested. Be aware of manifesting someone into your space who came in strictly to steal. They came to steal time, steal energy. But you kind of called that in. Be aware of dating out of boredom and loneliness. Whoever that message was for, you already know this lesson. The universe was just testing to see if you was ready for what's next. So you have choices at this time. But the universe does want to know if you're ready, because everybody ain't. At this time, collective, I'll say this for everybody. The lesson has to do with taking care of yourself, pleasing yourself, look around at the world. How many people simply don't care about others? It's a good song and dance, but for somebody, the universe is trying to show you, again, the value of yourself. This does feel more like within a relationship or a friendship. You may have somebody who likes to fuck with your self-esteem. I feel like I just repeated this message in a different way. Some of you are seeing a prelude to an abuser. You're seeing the seeds of growth, or you'll be seeing the first of the little sprouts, the little stuff that comes up out of the ground, right? And because you might be focused on love, you may miss some very key factors and indicators and red lights and warning signs. Somebody is missing those first seeds of Ike Turner. I didn't mean for that part to come out. Sorry, y'all. Gotta clear the air. Goddesses, pay attention. You don't have to go with this reading or not, but there is going to be a feminine energy who at this time is looking at the tip of the iceberg. The big payback. The lover and who becomes the hater. Don't have to listen to me, that's fine. That's totally okay. But listening to your heart doesn't apply all the time. Nobody deserves abuse or abusive energy, but if you saw it growing up or you're not familiar with what it looks like, or if you did see it growing up and you want to deny that you could be repeating, the universe is going to try to show you some of that soon. That there is old family energy that has to be unlearned. Every lifetime it's tried, but rarely does it happen. But if you know about it, you can make some changes and be more aware. At the bottom of the deck, I was like the others. The pretenders. Wow. The universe is trying to get you off the hamster wheel. Somebody. If you don't know who Ike Turner is, you need to go Google it. Google it and then watch a couple of the movies that you find. I have no idea what this word has to do with it. The word I just heard was sedition. That could be something else. Sedition. Holding and hiding. Chosen direction. The Pentagon. Ooh, I try to get out of this. This is when stuff starts to happen. Ooh. One more about that, please. I hear Fleetwood Mac again. I hope they're okay. The song I hear now is Lies. Tell me sweet little lies. All alone, no, you can't disguise. So we're going to see something false, not so true on the TV. It is a chosen direction. Mind control. Mind control and using the humans. Okay. Talking Heads. I think that song is Burning Down the House. Well, I hope there's no fire there at the White House. There may be some type of force push that we don't, from outside forces we don't see. More attention as the microscope looking. I ain't gonna speak on that. Expect to hear more news about looking into a particular person who just is being bullied. There's going to be another RAID. It's going to be another one of those, but this time it will be in a bigger building. Something that's I don't know why that matters, but what I hear is something stuck in the hallway. Or it starts in the hallway. It's weird. I don't know what that means. Oh, weird. Okay, so somebody, that person perhaps, as in TRUMP, they're going to be looking at another place where he's at. But there's a tunnel. There's a tunnel because we have transportation through a tunnel. And then to the National Party. Caucus. Wow. So we get the national group and the foreign enemy. Somebody. It may be said that TRUMP has connections with foreigner enemies. This may deal with the work sector. They may be trying to figure out how to close down businesses or misdirect. There's television again. Here's money. Oh, somebody's trying to move assets. Or someone would be accused of. And Bear's dreaming over there. Another ambush. So we'll be hearing about that coming soon. I'm out of that data. Just understand that it is planned. The path is planned. There's a decision because of the talks. There's the ambush. There's the buried mess. It's trying to get someone to come clean. But there's nothing to come clean about. because the path was already decided. So it may not matter what is said. What I just took off the deck was "This is in progress." Dead in the water. Dead in the water and the illusion. Male illusion. Oh, because of the connection, the gossip, and an event coming soon. That's far out. I'm done. That's far out. Not to continue with him, but they will keep going until he quits. Or until he says, wow. Suicide by rape. And I don't mean rape as in masculine or feminine, but the aggression, the power, the control, the look what we can do to you, the hunt, the predator. What is dirty? This microscope shit keeps coming out. They are going back to a building. This would be, could be a high rise. A building, I'm sure. So let's all watch the news. Shirley. Do you have a yes or a no question? Can you phrase your question as a yes or a no? Okay. Ooh, that's not always a card game. Does L like Shirley? Does L love Shirley? So I get a yes that your person that you're asking about knows you, cares for you, maybe, but there's something missing there. Does L want a relationship with Shirley? Somebody hasn't grown enough for that yet, or there's not enough growth. But you both have options. So, do they see themselves in a relationship with Shirley soon? No. Somebody lacks growth to go in the direction that maybe you want to go. Hasn't gotten to the point of love. Somebody's not feeling the love. At the bottom, no love. Ooh, sorry about that. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. It's 10,000 degrees in here. Let's see, what does... Okay, so I don't need to go any further on that one. 20 years is a long time, yeah. What else do you not know about your person? What else does Shirley know about? No. Ooh. Your person may be a quick jumper, so don't leap too hard on this person. Don't try to smother or be pushy. But 20 years is a long time. So what your person may be going through right now is finding who they are. Do they find themselves valuable and attractive out in the world again? Insecurities. And remember, they're coming from out of if 20 years is a long time. 20 years is a long time, so don't, wow, how do you tell somebody that? I guess you can't. If you want something stable and you want to be with that person for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they just came out of something that had them stuck, realize that somewhere inside of them is a desire to live and have fun. So there may be some promises that he may fail you on, because with freedom comes a desire to please the self. And then coming out of divorce, that can drain you. So while you may want and be so used to having somebody in your space, you may also still have the seeds of resentment and baggage that you have to work through. And 20 years, you don't erase that in 2 years. You just don't. So maybe there's some, I don't know what the relationship was like, but maybe there's abandonment issues that your person experienced in that relationship. Resentment brings all kind of stuff, and then divorce and the expenses and all that stuff. Your person maybe doesn't have the physical, emotional stamina to hold up for a long-term relationship. So what you may deal with is someone who may avoid, stall, or beat around the bush when you want to get serious or have serious conversation. So if you enjoy that person's company, don't multiply the stress or the fears of being glued to the floor. Like some people come out of a marriage feeling like that. Like, I don't want to be glued down. Um, I don't want to be trapped, stuck. They may want the reliability of a connection, but they may tend to multiply the pains if you present anything that even looks like that. So your person has a lot of stuff in their head that they have to work through that you don't even know about. Okay? So connections are good, but your person does need to know about themselves within the space of themselves. Plus, they still have connections to the past, too. Yeah. I don't know how old y'all are, but your person may have some fears about sensuality. How about that? They may have some fears about getting personal and, coming out of a relationship where you're not doing that much. That doesn't erase insecurities about your sexuality. Um, so this may be a person who needs. This may be a person who needs a little bit of cheerleading. But do you want to be somebody's therapist right now? Yeah, they have to find the motivation within themselves. And they have to know what it's like to be unto themselves, where they are the center of their own attention and someone else's attention. Time. They have to get out into the world and be social, learn how to be social again. There's just a lot. If you could imagine having your feet glued to the floor of one room, you know, 20 years, and then you free all of a sudden, and probably a little bit broke and free, or there's definitely a financial drain of some sort. It's difficult to not see the world with umbrella of everything is the same kind of vision. So they do have to come out of that, right? There's some evolution. But they still want to get I don't think they'd have a problem getting freaky with you. I don't think they'd have a problem with that. But in that energy comes the exploration too. So don't glue yourself to the floor of this. Don't glue yourself to the floor of this, okay? That's a long time. A lot of people, most people, don't come out of something 20 years and then hop into something else again. They they may like the having someone around all the time, but that doesn't mean that you're not a rebound. Just because they like there's plenty of people who have rebound relationships. So try to make sure you guys are really good friends and ask how your person's feeling and all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't get the energy of somebody wanting to hop back into anything long term. It feels like somebody wanting to enjoy life or figure out where life begins again. I don't know what the tie is to the past though, or but there's still a connection there. There's still some kind of connection there that can't be let go of. Whoever this person is, there's a connection that they can't let go of in the past. So that could be children, it could be something else that they have together that requires them to still know each other and not completely separate. Okay? What are you missing, Shirley? You're not taking the test. Giving peace of mind a chance. There's an ending. Ooh, boy. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. Make sure you're being brave and not broken, okay? Sometimes you tolerate certain things because that's what you were taught. You need to keep your eye on your person, but don't sit around waiting and wishing. Make sure you don't give up your life for that 3, 4. Wow. And the cards come out in order. Okay. There's some ego you need to reduce. And ego doesn't necessarily always mean a bad thing. It could mean you having daydreams about what the love could be and completely ignoring what's right in your face. Logic. And you may be getting life experiences where the lesson is learning how to change. And the law, controlling yourself. Oh boy. Why? The universe may be teaching you how to shift focus because what you're doing may be holding yourself back from what you deserve. Final card, remove the fantasies. You're doing something that you might have seen growing up. You might be accepting relations or connections that are distant or not as fulfilling as they should be. So make sure you're getting what you deserve for the better, not for the worse. This just really does bad focus. And a loss of sense. Nonetheless, there's a test, a next cycle. Universe wants to know if you're ready to get off the hamster wheel. Make sure you're not staying on the hamster wheel because of who's running next to you. And your person getting a divorce doesn't mean they're off the hamster wheel at all. They could just hop off from that hamster wheel onto a new one. The universe may also be teaching you about communication and fair and balanced expectations on a connection. How long do you wait before you can officially say you're wasting your time? Or that you got to make moves for better health? So there's a reset the universe may be guiding you towards. Or the situation, if the universe is too far out of a word, this type of situation is moving you towards the land of reset, Or you flip the switch and you say, I'm not waiting for you. Or maybe you don't flip the switch and you stay on the sidelines with a relationship built on promises and maybes. Truth is not lying to yourself. So you deserve healthy love. You deserve fair and balanced connections. You deserve somebody who wants to put in the same energy. Match your energy. You think you deserve anything less, you'll get it. But that's not really what you deserve. That's what you're accepting. It has nothing to do with what you've earned or what you thought you wanted or what used car situation somebody sold you in their love. What's important is your mental health and not wasting 20 or 30 years hoping that your person wakes up one day and wants marriage. So you definitely deserve somebody who will match your energy. That's where the reward is. That's why you're here. So you are in lesson mode. Be aware. It can go on for 20 years. But the universe is trying to get your attention. After that, letting it go. Choosing cycles. And perhaps being aware of when you're attracting mirrored images. And I don't mean a mirrored image of you. I mean a mirrored image of something you saw growing up. Let's make the mirror just a TV of the past. And I don't know what if this was. You're connected because you haven't closed something. You haven't closed something from the past. This reading is going to go longer. There's something from the past, in your past, you haven't healed from, dear. And so you are squeezing yourself into someone's frame, and they haven't even figured out what type of art they're going to put in there yet. But you're willing to go the distance, and that kind of love and devotion ain't for everybody. Everybody don't deserve that, right? But you'll be, if you haven't dealt with something from your past, right, that's got you willing to love that way, if you haven't closed access, open access to that part of yourself, right? Everybody should not get access to that, but when you figure out how to close the door on that a little bit, it'll be easier to see who belongs with you, as opposed to waiting for someone to be with you or want you. Closure is chosen, never given. So there is some baggage. I don't know if you know what the baggage is or if you got to figure it out. But you're learning about the failures that come with desiring, asking the universe for something, and maybe missing the details of the fact that, okay, you don't just get a wish box dropped off. You get some lessons first to verify that you're really kind of ready to know what to do with it. When the gift is given. This was in reverse, so there's a lesson in knowing how and when to walk away from a masculine energy. When to close the lid on that. This is where you learned about higher self, you. This is where you learn how to communicate your needs, wants, expectations, and then pay attention to what kind of response you get. Because what you want in love, don't let it pass you by, because you're waiting on somebody to fit into this designated place in your heart. It's like squeezing the wrong puzzle piece. It doesn't go, it doesn't fit, it doesn't even make sense that you're doing that. So I think the lesson here is learning your higher self, your value, and then protecting it. And connecting with those who match your energy instead of waiting and hoping that they match your energy. Your person stays on your mind. Are you feeling bits of helplessness? Do you not control your own thoughts? I don't know about that, but you need to get off that energy and go get your paper. I know that. Because you have some gifts you need to be working on or collecting something. You're supposed to be on a fortunate path. When that person isn't around, you're on your fortunate path. But when they're around, strength is taken. Or when you're giving them too much thought, you lose strength. All in your head. So this is evolution, right? But it's mental evolution. It's mental growth. So get a couple of hobbies. Get some real intense hobbies like riding a bike or gym, trampoline or something that doesn't allow you to just sit next to your phone. Take a break off YouTube. You're being guided and assisted to do something, right? But they want you to focus on your health, mental health, strengthening your mind, your body, and your soul. So like I said before, your things are on pause. You experience a lot of pause with this person, with your person. It's a lot of breaks. And it's happening because you allow it. So there's an old chapter in life you got to close out. And that could be old relationships where you let things drag on for too long, even though you know you were hurt or didn't want to be there or they didn't. Or you saw that growing up. You got a healing center in business. All right, Shirley, that's so cool. Be brave, not broken is here, right? But that's in reverse. So whatever you're feeling is because you're bored. Find something to do it yourself. Because you are on some type of winning path. Again, let it go. You keep choosing the cycle. Take the test. And that has to do with protecting the thoughts. This 11 is about protecting the thoughts or the way you think. So, like you would, I'm sure you make the horses exercise, right? Is it possible that your brain needs a bit of exercise too? I'm sure you can teach a horse to run in the wrong direction, but at a certain point, it probably would be better to teach the horse to do correct things. So if your brain is too occupied with that person, you might have to train your brain to run in a different direction. Maybe you could do it with comedy, music, more hobbies. You got an equestrian center. Do you need 10 more jobs? Okay, so you came here to help animals and people. Can I tell you a little secret that I've seen just on my research? Those who came here to do big things for groups of people seem to get their butt spanked by the universe when you stop to love one. I don't know why that is. When I find the answer, I'm going to tell you. But it seems like those who came here to do great, big amounts of work, shit seems to fall apart. You fall off track, things stop, you go in a whole different direction. Off the cliff, the minute you stop to love one. Seems kind of cruel, but that's what I've seen, and that's kind of what it looks like to me. So if you're getting it in your soul that you came here to heal others, the universe probably does not approve of you waiting around for someone to like you or love you or spend every aching moment with you. The person who belongs in your space like that is the person who's working in that on the same thing with you, or the person who enjoys what you truly from the heart enjoy and will be in that space so that the work is enhanced, not interrupted. So that's just been my experience. Maybe, I don't know. So it's in your heart to help people who are in the greatest moments of need. If you were God who created everything, and God sent you down here to help some people, heal some people, and help the horses because they're cool too. Do you think God appreciate you sitting around with your thumb up your ass waiting on love from one dude or anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. Twin flame. Let's put away that word. Let's get rid of that word. Twin flame. Just take it at the bare definition. Twins. If you ever known a twin, they may look alike, but they don't be acting alike, right? They're opposite of each other, but they look just alike. The twin and the fire. Double fire. Maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing right now. I don't really know how healthy you'll be to help other people if you can't make sure your relationships are healthy or absent. Because what you're talking about, and my nose itch when I say that. Ooh. So that's definitive right there. Um, the person you're talking about is more likely a test. Do you really want what you're asking for? Are you strong enough to help others? Can you help others recognize what's for them and not for them? Do you recognize what's for you and not for you? I mean, it feels like not even a big test, but a test that can throw you off the path if that's what you came here to do. So if you came here to be of service, that doesn't always include service to self, but service to self is included if you're doing the service. You can't stop and be like, okay, horses, I'll be back later. I'm going to go over here and love this person who hates horses. I think when you have a drive like that and you can feel the presence of you needing to be here to do the work, and you do feel the presence, you feel the mission, you feel what the job's supposed to be this lifetime, you feel it. So you kind of have an idea of the old code, right? I don't know if the old code includes thumb up backside. Wait for someone to give me exactly how I want. No, your work is bigger than that. And the reward is in the work. And I don't just mean the reward is doing the work. I mean the person that could be for you or the love of your lifetime can be within that space. It's probably a big lesson to forget about something. It's a surely it's only a big lesson if you got to keep learning it. If you let go and focus on the work you're supposed to do, what are the odds that you're going to meet other people doing what you do or what you're trying to get done? I'm pretty sure you're going to meet some other people and there are going to be other experiences. And if your person isn't really feeling that or if they're doing something completely different, what you're doing is a work that is 24, 92, is 115 hours a day, 7 days a week kind of stuff. So you need somebody who's as driven in that direction as you are. So, but I bet if you were working on what you're supposed to be working on, that person would be an afterthought, or or they would be serving their true purpose, which might be Friday night frolicking and nothing more. Sometimes the universe just sends us a moment of satisfaction, like when you go and get a massage, right? The masseuse doesn't fucking go home with you. You gotta go back and see him and make an appointment later. Deuces. You gotta go home. So sometimes we miss the order there and we think love, but the universe was like, oh man, I was just sending you some booty so you can get back to work. So give that some consideration too. Sometimes it's just for the release. The person you like, it's ethically conflicting. Okay, so you know you can't play with those balls or whatever. But I think you do if you feel like you have a big work like some type of humanitarian efforts and equestrian efforts. I don't really know. I don't think it's helpful to be focusing on others. I don't think it's helpful to be focusing, when I say others, I mean relations. He can keep his. Then it's off to the next adventure for you, Shirley. Done and done. Done and done. Your work is so much bigger than any relationship that leaves you questioning. That's taken the wrong direction, and you know that. So I'd say enjoy it while it's around, and when it's done, okay, you be done with it. You be done with it. But enjoy it for what it is. Get your work done. If you really came here to do big humanitarian work, get started. You got work, that's a lot of work to do. And it takes focus and work, and it's a lot. It's a lot. But the energy's there for you to do something on a grand scale here. Wow. Success. I don't know if you can read that. That's success. And that can be in somebody, you see that person throwing money. It could be charitable, it could be for good work done. But I feel like this is more like a donation from people who don't have to think about the money too much. Star. Swiftness is in reverse though. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. What's up with that? There's also, wow. Okay, these are in reverse. I'm going to stop here. Listen, don't stall on this. We have work to do. And best of luck to you. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. This went long. I hope whatever message needed to happen did. The city buildings come back. Boy, I wish I could read for celebrities. I wish I could read for celebrities. Because I would tell Trump he's got a hot worm. He's got a worm who's talking behind his back. Somebody who was in a position of honesty lying. Right. Very close. They may be Russian or have that in their blood. Loner energy. Someone who wants to say goodbye or... Damn. All right, so news-wise, we'll be seeing more about former president action. Leading to job loss. Oh boy, I'm done. All right, I'm going to wrap it up for now. I don't see any more questions, so hopefully the reading helped. I will try to, I always say I'm going to try to do more readings. I've been trying. You know, I'm busy. It's been very busy for me, but when things get moved out of the way and certain signals pop up, I will read the messages that come through. Thank you, Alan. That could be the second half of somebody's reading, but side message, if you are getting repairs, I think I said this earlier, if you're getting repairs, this could be a car or anything like that. You gotta go to a garage or something like that. Check your gas levels before going on a long drive. You may end up at a garage. It feels like needing to be careful, y'all. It feels like needing to go somewhere quickly and not checking to see what kind of gas you got to get there. And then thinking you have enough to get there and maybe not preparing for the possibility of getting lost. Contain. Wow. I'm out of this. Don't be driving on empty, y'all. Don't be driving on empty and make sure your map's working correctly. Sag Bell, is it a yes or a no question? Hello, Carlos. Good to see you too. You believe so? Okay, go for it. Let's see if it's a yes or a no question. And I'm not too tired. I'm always varying degrees of sleepy. So let's see your question. And I'm trying to remember your name, Carlos. Like, how long has it been since you've been here? Has it been a while? Why do I feel like you already know the answer to that question, Sag Bell? I feel like you've asked me that or something similar already. And that's weird because normally I don't remember a lot of stuff. I feel like you've already asked a question like that. Why do I feel like you've... I feel like you already know the answer to that, or you've already asked a question like that. One of the two. Yes, you already know. Don't test me. So, yeah. What's going on with you, Sag Bell? Let's see here. Okay. Don't worry, I'm bad at typing too. 6, do you have any messages for Sag Bell? Fax machine, word, bro. Anything else?
You insulted me, and I got to kick your ass right now.
Oh, did you say something insulting to someone? Or you think you insulted someone? Anything else?
Are you challenging me?
The universe is challenging you. Anything else?
Monster kill, 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 kill.
Clarify that. Opportunity knocking, dear. One door closes, another one opens. Ooh. So my question was, did you cut yourself off from something good? I don't know why you canceled. It was something maybe you thought you wanted, or somebody told you it was a good thing. So you might have desired it, but ultimately, there can be a lot of overthinking in your head, a lot of over obsessive looking at something or thinking about it. So what's important is you have choices. You have options. All you have to do is decide you're ready, and the universe will grant it to you. But the universe is going to give you some options too, right? Yeah, you had a look at things. But that was a test. You learned some things. You go forward. Wow. And you get your experience. Get your experience in what you do and don't want in a job, right? And you go on to something new. If you're not doing that already, and when I say doing that already, I mean looking forward, moving on, which you're kind of still asking about it, so you're not really mentally or emotionally moving on, but you got the experience. You got the experience of not screwing yourself over or getting screwed in a bad situation. I'm assuming other people did because they didn't ask the right questions or didn't say the right things. But within that job is a deep experience for people. And the experience is about what you should say no to. Everybody drive safely out there. I don't know why the letters DUI keep coming through. DUI, DUI. Be careful. Sirius, tell us about 6. Ooh. What's the DUI data?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Anything else?
Yeah, this is big brain time.
No? Wow. One more.
Love me and leave me. That's the story of my life. But it won't happen again, see, since I bought butcher knife.
Be aware of somebody being emotional over an ex or brokenhearted, messed up, drinking and driving. or high and driving. Well, update about your community and the surveillance of you and your moves. That sounds like a long ass reading right there, woman. Update about the community? Oh Lord, that's a lot. I'll do it. I'm just gonna look at the cards. I'm not pulling for you because that's a lot. I think people, if you feel like people are watching you, I would say you need to be ignoring them, working on your money. That's what's coming through here. Expecting a miracle around your money if you are paying attention and not being mental. What I just heard is give the haters something to hate. I also heard give the players something to hate. Give the players something to hate? Others may think that you're crazy or something's wrong with you. What? You don't need to speak on that. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop answering those questions for them. Because truly you are well. But you will manifest more crazy if you keep focusing on it. Wow. Do you have people accusing you of doing bad things? What? And you may think that they're going to do it again. Or you may think they're getting together to see if they can try again. Don't let this become a hostile takeover of your thoughts. You're not. If the haters don't hate on you, what the fuck are they supposed to do all day? If they can't sit around hating on you, what are they supposed to do all day? Hate the hostile takeover. Reincarnated repetition. The reason you're experiencing this is last lifetime data. Last lifetime data where you have to choose chaos over, or peace over chaos. And it's a slide down a razor blade. Okay, I just heard the completion of what I think is a rap song. The path to ultimate peace requires sliding down a razor blade into a pool of pimp piss. This had to be a rap song. It's like the lyrics make no sense. You have to slide down a razor blade for peace, but the razor blade is your thought. your attention to it because you're not taking care of yourself. That's in reverse. And your focus on the chaos is pleasing to them. At the bottom of the deck was the bitter bitch brew. It's been stewing a long time. Mm-hmm. I think you need to get to work. I think you need to be working on your greatness and what's out there for you. That is the revenge. That is breaking the chain. I don't think it's my mic, it's probably the air conditioner. Is that better? It's probably that. Here. Is that better? It's probably the air conditioner. Is that better? All I will say is stop focusing on your people, on them. They needed something to watch. It's hard when you have roadblocks placed in front of you. Yeah, it is. And then when you overcome them, you look back and you win. You've succeeded. If the path was easy, I guess we would learn nothing, I suppose. I don't know. If the path was easy and didn't include a few obstacles, I suppose we wouldn't learn that much. The gift of sight after suffering. So that's a part of what you do in this lifetime, right? But look, you got better stuff to do, is what I'm saying. Whether you're working on a business or building something great for yourself, or you're just working hard, you have money to focus on. I'm gonna need you to focus. I'm gonna need you to focus on your greatness, and treat the rest of this stuff like hurdles on the track. You know, you just hop over it and you keep running. Nobody stops to wonder what the hurdle thinks about them. Who cares? You have business to attend to. You have greatness to achieve. And that includes haters. It includes nosy people. It includes problematic people. I personally hate them all. I personally think we should be able to run them over. I do. Sometimes, though, they're just a part of the journey. And if you give them very little attention, it makes it easier to hop right on over them. Nobody hops over the hurdle in the race and turns around and goes, "What do you feel about me? Do you hate me? Are you my hater?" Flip that off, you jump and you keep it pushing. Unknown and endings. It's time to do some endings, right? And stop being so focused on it. You're holding yourself back too. You're holding yourself back. But this is what you're supposed to break through in this lifetime. You can be there for others and be loyal, but not to a fault. When you are loyal to a fault, it's you that's getting hurt at that point. So you are here to learn how to break some of that up. And it does include the distractions or family or people who've hurt you growing up. Sometimes they manifest in other people. So you do need to learn how to listen different to people and move people out of your space when it's time, even when it's family. Doesn't mean you can't come back later, but sometimes it does mean that you have to step back and heal yourself because family can mess you up. Family is your first love or first damage. So, and so if that's your first damage, I mean, you need a lot of therapy to not come out of that relationship with no damage that you can share with others. And a lot of people are learning that very late in life. Yeah, yeah. When we all have an expected way to live, or you're taught to be a certain way, or to love, honor, and cherish your parents no matter what they do to you. That's crazy. They could be your first victimizers. Then what? So there's some baggage, but you'll get through it. You'll get through it if you stay the path. Hop over the hurdle, keep it going. And you do it because you can, because it is in you to do it. It's in you to do it. It's emotional and mental slavery. Right. And if at your most impressionable, most innocent, at your most safe moment in life, that somebody can mess with your head or give you damage. I mean, that's such a sensitive place when you are young and your parents might not be the best. And there is no therapy. Anyone, unless you went through the worst of the worst, very rarely do you get therapy for that. So you're aware of it, you work through it, and you don't take it with you. You take just enough of that baggage that you can sense other people bringing that bullshit, you can move it. Or you move away from them. It's conditioning. Well, if you know all that, it's time to look at the next steps. It's all about appearances. That's what it boils down to. Well, there's a lot of different reasons for messing with people's head. I think one of the biggest reasons is because they're crazy too. And there's a lot of psychological trauma that gets passed down generation to generation. And a lot of people will still argue that some parts of that psychological trauma is okay. How many parents still hit their kids? How many parents still pull out a belt and spank their kids? And then they'll hop on the internet and be angry about slavery. Say what? You just hit your kids with a leather strap instead of talking to them. Thank you, Shirley. So I think there's a lot of I mean, there's damage as old as any hieroglyph. We've probably been swinging at each other and fucking each other up since we got to this planet. Somebody's always wanted to control somebody. The desire for power here is strong. And if you were only taught one way to be a parent, you're going to pass it on. You're going to pass it on. What are you going to do? And I'm not excusing anybody for that shit at all. I come from an environment, listen, I come from the hands-on days where you were told before you went to school that when you got home you were going to get beat. And so now you got to sit in class and learn, knowing that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 hours, I'm going to be getting hit. We move that data up later in life. I like to hit people with whips. And that's not a joke. I like to hit people with stuff and see them hurt. And that's not a joke. And parents don't think about that stuff and how it comes back. And it really, really does. And that's not healthy at all. But that's the sum of the damage, the sum of all parts. I can yell at you, I could say things to hurt your feelings. I also know what it's like to love you and embrace you and welcome you. But if you don't act right, eventually I could be pushed and provoked to a point where I lash out and hit you because I don't know any other way to solve this issue. So once you know the damage, we can separate a little bit from the family and let them see what it looks like to not walk around punching down at everything and punching up at everything else. So you will heal, and you know more than you knew last lifetime. So the opportunity to really heal is here and now. Isn't that great? It's here and now. Every day, you have an opportunity to say, I'm not going to get on hamster wheels with you dummies. I'm not going to swing at you. Bitch, I could have fucked you up right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go over here and pay attention to this. This makes me better. This means I don't have to come back next lifetime and deal with this shit, because when I leave this lifetime, I'm going to be in such a better place that you motherfuckers won't even be able to see me. I'll be so bright. Yeah. They don't make shades for this brightness. I'm over here. You guys go over there. You have great opportunity in this lifetime to not repeat what you can clearly see going on in the others. Leave them be. Some of them really did come here to run in circles. I know that's shocking. Some of them truly did come here just for the hamster wheel. It can be fun. Sometimes a hamster wheel is fun. Don't be a hater. Be a congratulator and move on. Go on about your business. But you guys will be fine. Especially considering you know so much more than the others around you. I promise you do. You know the right data. The more aware you are, the more abuse you go through. That's not true. That's not true. The more you know, the more you have an opportunity to move what is abusive out of your space. You have an opportunity to say, this is my zone. If you even show me a glimpse of that old energy, I'm simply going to extract you. This lifetime, you have an opportunity to not be that energy, not feed it, not be a part of it. You have an opportunity to alter your vision where you can see it before it's coming. You can see the bullshit a mile away. You know it. You grew up with it. You should be scientific with that shit. Ah, you have the ability to be scientific with it. Or you can just experience it. But the minute you are able to free yourself, you have the will to do it. Will yourself. Just declare it. Own it. Feel it. Can I see what the criminal element is about? I'm emotionally drained inside right now. The criminal element. I don't even remember that. You mean in terms of the people you are around when you are aware. They seem to hate you for it. Listen, that's an unfortunate part of the awakening, is realizing that ain't that many people awake. So the decision to be in their space is up to you after that. Now, if you have to work in those spaces, this is where you decide, do I really want this kind of job, or should I go for something that will allow me less time and experiences around stupid people or people that are busy on the hamster wheel? They're busy. Why are you trying to like make nice and make life better for them? The criminal element doesn't necessarily always mean actual criminals. It could be the theft of time and energy. So bear that in mind too. I know what the card was. I just don't remember what I was talking about around that. I try to erase it like an etch-a-sketch. But I'm definitely not going to pull another reading. But you need a pause for peace of mind. And you need to deal with all of the life changes you keep stalling out on. Chances are you came here to do big things too. And just me, I may change this opinion later, but I think all the people who are looking at like the tarot community or numerology, this type of stuff, I think you're experiencing, or you have the access to experience the awakening here. I think you know that there's extra stuff out there you're not being told. And the openness to it is a part of the awakening. It's opening your eyes while others run in circles asleep. And if you look at the numbers, because the planet doesn't watch tarot, it's not a huge community on the overall. More people play video games, right? More people would rather play games than see what else is truly out there or get to know themselves truly. More people would rather maybe do bad things to others or fight with their family members instead of seeing what's out there in the stars, going outside with a telescope. Look how much greatness is around us just that we know nothing about. So those who choose to experience more in mind and around you, I mean, shit. When you have that type of awareness, you don't get to go back to sleep. I'm sorry. And trying to go back to sleep, bad, bad, bad. The rest is not good. The sleep is not good. The sleep isn't good. And so you don't get to walk backwards on this. So try not to ask too many questions or stay static for too long. You have to keep going. It is a little bit of an escalator effect. Hello, Rambling Bunny. Now, rest assured, Sagittarius, if I do feel anything criminal, I usually get stopped from doing any work I'm doing or anything else. And then a flood of distractions show up until I do the reading. And if you were here earlier, you saw the flood. So I knew, I'm like, okay, there's something here. Hope somebody got the data. You always want to know. That's how you can rationalize things. Okay, understood. You can rationalize lots of things, can't rationalize lots of people because they're lost, running on a hamster wheel, and oof, that's just do the work you came here to do. You will have to learn the fine art of letting go, ignoring them, not trying to wake people up on the hamster wheel because that's dangerous, right? They're running with their eyes closed. You try to tap them like, hey, you know things can be different, don't you? Those who are seeking that truth have already hopped off the hamster wheel. They're just looking for a little direction. But everybody else can't help them. Literally, I don't know why we're not allowed to help. Maybe it's because you're interfering with someone's intended original experience. Again, some people really did just come here for the ride. Some people came to learn about how to fix the car. Some people came to learn how to put sugar in the gas tank. Some people came to just be a passenger. I can give you tons of different scenarios. We're not all here for the same thing, which sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. So, what you'll learn if you are truly going through an awakening is isolation, liking your own company a lot, loving your own company a lot. I agree with you, Sag Bell. You speaking some truth. You speaking some truth. That don't mean people ain't gonna be looking at you and trying to figure out what your angle is. That's what they do. That's what they do. But the art that you have to master is fewer fucks. Fewer fucks, well placed fucks to give, and zero fucks. And you have to know when to adjust the frame rate accordingly. I'll give one fuck here, zero there. Bitch, you wish I gave a fuck. You have to know. You have to know where the fucks go and where they don't go. And yeah, you gotta get hit a few times to know. Like, oops, I was wrong. I wasn't supposed to be giving a fuck right here. My bad. Okay, you sleep. But that's for you to find out along the way, okay? You will, because you're more awake. So shit is way more obvious. Duh. Yeah. In time, you will envy those people who are asleep. What's that saying? Ignorance is bliss. You're gonna be wanting that shit on a t-shirt and a rubber band. So when every time you get around somebody who's asleep, you could just smack yourself with the band. Pop! I forgot. Ignorance is bliss. I'm not a hater. Let me let you have your happiness. That works both ways. When I see people stuck on that hamster wheel, oops, my bad. Shh. I am so fucking sorry. I tried to wake you up. Shh. Rude. 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 Let me go over here. And you leave them be. You leave them be. Not everyone came here for the same experience. Like Disneyland. We all would love to go, but we're not going for the same ride. I hate roller coasters. That might be the first thing you want to ride. We different. We different. But you are going to learn in time what to do with the fucks that are left in your heart. You will learn to stop wasting them. You'll have to. It's part of the awakening. So I wouldn't worry about it. I would focus on you. Those who are going through the awakening, you'll see them. There'll be one or two along the way. Literally, those seem like the numbers. Unless you start a channel where you can meet more people who are looking or going through that too. If you didn't have a channel and you didn't watch tarot or anything like that, or anything about any awakening, that'd be fucked up, right? To just wonder and wander. It's rough, especially for those who are awakening. You never get to sleep again, or you feel bad when you do, or you'll suffer worse because you rolled over and went back to sleep. So learn to be comfortable with your own company, right? And that makes it a lot easier to move the wrong people out of your space. Just, it's the only advice I can give. I'm a huge loner, and it makes it very easy to spot harm when it's close because I'm always like, no, 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 no. Before you got here, shit was quiet. Before you got here, I wasn't fighting. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And you get comfortable with your own company, and it's healthy. And it's healthy, and it's okay to love your own company. Why not? But you'll get through it. The awakening isn't easy. It's really not. If it helps, though, the hardest part is moving people out of your environment. It really is. Because you want to take people with you. You want others to enjoy the goodness that you see and have the light that you see and that's around you. You want the best for people. But they ain't all here to experience that. They're not. Which sucks ass. Because things could be so great. Things could be so fabulous everywhere. But instead, sorry, my clips are hurting my head now. But instead, what we get is confusion and poison. Oh, sorry. What we get is confusion and poison and more confusion in a world that doesn't have to have any of that. So much confusion, and yeah, it's a part of it. Hey, look at the bright side. You didn't come back as a dog. Although it's cute. Okay, no, okay. Are you gonna finish? Okay. Yeah, it's tough. But a part of the awakening is you awakening, not you and them and them and them. But you're getting tougher, you're getting smarter, you're getting faster, and all of that does kind of require a new level of focus. Like an Olympian. Thank goodness it doesn't require as many hours of training, but maybe it does require a lifetime. Who knows? But I agree with you. The quiet can be quiet. Get a pet. Get a pet. Get one who barks really loud. Young bear. Can always get a pet. All right, you guys. I think it's time for a bear snack. Bear, want a cookie? You want a cookie? Or you want a breadstick? Breadstick. Breadstick. Say bye-bye. All right, you guys. I am off. Back to the world. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. I don't mean to be staring at the screen. I'm trying to read stuff. Say bye-bye, bear. Say bye-bye. No, look over here. No, look over. No, wait. Okay. You get down. You get down. Okay, go on. And I'm covered in dog hair. All right. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I have to go get a cookie for Bear before he starts cutting up. You guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys again very soon, I swear, if not tomorrow. Okay? Have a good night. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. It helps the channel because I don't grow at all. You could see that. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.